guys, today I thought I would film the vegan tag, and I was tagged, well, I wasn't tagged, but Ariel C Star, I will link her below. She just posted this at the end of her, I don't think it's her most recent vlog, because I just saw that she posted one like within the past half hour of me filming this, but her second to most recent vlog, she just put it on the end, and I thought it would be a really fun vlog to do. And she said anybody could do it, so I'm doing it. And I'm gonna say that she tagged me because she was the person who did it that I saw it from, and I've not seen anybody else do it, but I did do a quick look on YouTube, like a quick search, and it is like an ongoing tag that loads of people have done. I've just not come across it before. So I thought it would be really fun to do. So thank you. And this is going to sound really weird because I've been watching her actually now for a while, but I don't know your name. I have actually asked her in the comments before what her name was, and usually she does respond to my comments. She's really great about responding to comments, and she's got great vlogs, so totally recommend checking her out if you want to. But anyway, I asked her one time what her name was because when you're vlogging, you don't say your name. So I know her husband's name is Hank, and Hank is awesome. Hank has the best personality because he's just funny as all heck. But yeah, so her name is Ariel C Star, but I'm pretty sure her name is not Ariel. I don't think so. But I don't know what your name is, so I sound really weird. Sorry. I wish I knew your name, but if you're watching this, please comment it down below because I want to know your name. It makes me feel more personal. I love your vlogs. I absolutely love your vlogs. I started watching them, I think, 2 or 3 months ago. And for anybody watching this that's not heard of her, she has just like this great inspiring journey of losing weight. But that to me is kind of on the background. But she has just started filming a weight loss and fitness journey, kind of like challenge for herself all over again, because I guess she wants to kind of kick it up a notch. But she has already lost a lot of weight. But I watch her vlogs because, like, personally, like, it's not that I don't find that interesting because I think it's totally inspiring, but personally I watch her vlogs because she has a really cool life. She's really into gardening, which is like my hubby's thing, but it's cool to watch. And she's like got this massive garden like in her own backyard. Her and her husband go on lots of trips. Like they're always going on like holidays or like, you know, like just like weekends away to like cool cities and everything in the US. And it's just, you know, it's fun. She's funny. I like that. And she's vegan and she's like a fabulous cook. Like, okay, I've never eaten her food, so I don't know if she's actually a good cook, but everything she makes looks amazing. And she makes things that like I've never heard of. Like the other day she took those rice paper wrappers. I say the other day, it was probably like the other week by now, but she took those rice paper wrappers that you would normally make like, I think they're Vietnamese, I'm not sure about that, but you know, you make like the summer rolls out of. Those things that look like spring rolls, but they have like fresh veg in them instead of cooked. But she took those and she made them into bacon, and it was called like Fakin. I'd never heard of it before, but clearly she's like a lot more on the pulse than I am, and she just makes all these really cool recipes. She's also been making kimchi lately. Girl after my own heart, because I am half Korean for anybody that does not know, and I grew up eating kimchi, but I cannot make kimchi to save my life. And she just showed how to make kimchi in one of her recent vlogs, and I am so pumped to actually try to make kimchi. I am going to America in 2 weeks now, so I am going to bring back some of the special chili powder, the Korean kind, that I can't find anywhere in my area, so I can make kimchi myself, because you can't just make it with regular chili powder. I tried and it was a huge, huge fail. I had to throw it all away because it was inedible. But I'm blabbing. I haven't even started the vlog, not the vlog, the tag yet. So, questions. Number 1, are you vegan? Yes. I'm pretty sure anybody doing this tag is vegan. I think it would be really weird if you did this tag and you weren't vegan. Question number 2. When did you become vegan? I became vegan on October 1st of 2007. So I'm coming up on 9 years. This October will be 9 years. And I remember specifically that it was October 1st because I remember it coincided with a girl that I was working with coming back from maternity leave. So when I first went vegan, it probably comes up in the questions later. I didn't realize I was going to become a vegan, so I kind of had to backtrack and think, when did I become vegan? But I became vegan on October 1st, and the thing that's really cool about that is I just happened to become a vegan on October 1st, and then I think it was the following year that I found out that like the month of October is like vegetarian awareness, like month, or vegan awareness, I don't remember. And then like the 1st of October, it might be the 31st of October, or the 30th of October, how many days are in October? Oh my god. I think it's the 1st though, is like World Vegan Day or something like that. It's also like, obviously like there's a lot of things attached to that month because there's only 12 months in a year and like there's a month for everything now, but I thought that was pretty cool. Why did you become vegan? So, I became a vegan. I kind of tricked myself into it without realizing it. I'll give you the long version of the short story. I was in Barnes & Noble, and you know those tables that they set out where it's like deals on books? So this table was, anything on that table was buy 2, get 1 free. And to this day, I can never remember what the 2 books were that I had seen on the table that I was like, I want those. But there were 2 books on the table that I wanted. One of them was by an author. Was it Jennifer Weiner? That's a funny name, right? But anyway, yeah, I think it was Jennifer Weiner. It was one of her books, and I don't even remember any of the titles of her books, but I remember at that time, because this, you have to remember, this was like 9 years ago almost, like 8.5 years ago, more than 8.5 years ago, I had, I'm so blabbing, I'm so sorry guys, but like I have pregnancy, well I'm not pregnant anymore, but once you have a baby you still have pregnancy brain. I don't think it ever goes away. So anyway, Jennifer Weiner, what was I getting at? Hello? Okay. Think straight, girl. There was 2 books on the table that I wanted. I saw them, I was like, I want that one, I want that one. But there's always like, this is how they rope you in, because it's like buy 2, get 1 free. Oh my god, I have to buy these 2 now to get a free book. There wasn't a 3rd book. And then like, Skinny Bitch was on the table. And I was like, kind of familiar with the book because it'd been in like the tabloids around that time a lot. I used to read like Us Weekly and what were the other in stock, like those really cheap, trashy, like weekly magazines that just gossip. I used to read like all sorts of magazines. I used to work, for anybody that doesn't know, I used to work in the fashion industry and I just used to suck up anything and everything. So anyway, at the time, Victoria Beckham had been photographed holding the book. I'm pretty sure she's not a vegan, but because she'd been photographed holding the book, I think it like kind of had gotten like more popular, and it was in like the New York Times bestseller. So I'd heard of it because of that, which I know sounds stupid, but I was just kind of like, what's this book about? I wasn't trying to lose weight at the time. I was already really skinny, but it was like just, I wasn't really skinny, but I mean like, I was happy with my weight because like I was never very big. I mean, ironically now I'm like, now I'd like to lose weight, but like back then I was already small. And P.S. I've gained weight, it has nothing to do with being a vegan, like, I'm going back and forth too much. I said I was going to give you the short version of the long version, but clearly I'm just giving you the whole long version. Anyway, I bought Skinny Bitch. It was not a book that I ever actually intended to read, but I bought it because it was on that buy 2, get 1 free table. Went home that night and ended up reading the entire book because the other two books that I had bought were both kind of bigger books. And Skinny Bitch, for anybody that's not familiar with it, it's a fairly small book and it's not that thick. The words inside of it, the print is quite large. It's spaced out a lot. It's almost like it could be a pamphlet, but they like tried to make it look like a real book, so they kind of like enlarged the font. You know when you're like doing an essay in school and you need to like do a 20-page essay and you've got a 10-page essay and you're like, I can't make this any longer, so you start like messing with the margins. That kind of is like what Skinny Bitch did. Regardless, it was a book that really opened my eyes, because at the time, like, did I know I was eating animals? Yes, I knew I was eating animals. Like, I was very aware that my hamburger came from a cow. I knew that bacon came from a pig, but nothing ever clicked. And that book made it click times 10. I read that book that very night. It was a Friday night. I think it was a Friday night. Regardless, I know it was like over a weekend. I feel like I need to look at a calendar and like see in 2007 was the first, a Saturday. Somebody check that for me, because then I would be right. But I think it was a Friday night. It might have been like a Saturday night or a Sunday night, something like that. Regardless, I read that book that night from front to end, and the next day I had done the weekly food shop that I would always do. And on my weekly, like, I had not intended to become a vegan at that point, but like, the book is very, it gives you graphic images, and I was very sensitive to that. I think I knew I was eating animals, but I never really stopped to question the kind and amount of abuse that goes on behind the scenes. And once I had that in my head, when I was at the supermarket the next day, I like could not buy animal products. And I mean, like, I like legit became a vegan right away, because like the book goes into like all the ways it can be hidden into foods. So like I was afraid to buy anything because like I was like, I don't know what's vegan. And I didn't intend to go vegan at that point, because at that point in my head I was like, veganism is so extreme. I could never go vegan. Like, I eat way too much meat. Like, I love red meat. I love eggs and bacon. Like, I couldn't go vegan. But it's a phase. I thought that I was just grossed out by it and it would wear off as time passed. That didn't happen. So from that food shop, from that day, from the Saturday or whatever day it was, from the October 1st, I had completely never eaten another animal product again. And in like that first month, like, I was so clueless as to how many different things a vegan could eat. So like I was like living off of like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Like I was packing my lunch to work. Just because like I really was like, I don't know what a vegan eats. Like I think I really had that mentality of like, do vegans just live off of salad? Like, I'm not that big of a fan of salad. I mean, back then, like, I used to like eat a lot of like fast food and all sorts of like nasty stuff. So anyway, that was how I became a vegan. So I mean, I remember when the girl that was on maternity leave at my job came back, like that Monday, she had asked me, she was like, oh, I'm about to order lunch. Do you want me to order you something too? And I was like, oh, no, actually, I'm a vegan right now, but I'm not going to be a vegan. Don't worry. It's just a phase. I'm just being weird. Like, don't worry. Like, in another month, I'll be totally normal again, and like, I'll be ordering burgers with you, but right now I can't eat a burger. Like, I was like embarrassed. I've changed a lot over the years in that respect. But, that was why I became a vegan. That was a really long story. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh my god, I'm already 15 minutes into the video. I'm gonna like bang these out. What was the hardest part about becoming a vegan? I kind of already said it, like, even just accepting that I was a vegan. But actually, I never actually found it hard to be a vegan. I think because I had it like in my head so much that I was grossed out by things that I didn't want to be a part of that industry at all anymore. So I've never really like thought, oh, I really want dairy, I'm craving it. because I was just completely disgusted by it once I learned about everything that goes on. So, what is the most difficult about being vegan? That's the fifth question. I don't really think it's difficult to be vegan. I mean, actually, when people tell me, like, that they could never be vegan, like, I'm always kind of like, but it's so easy. Especially nowadays. There are so many options. It is easy to be a vegan. I think it's really easy. How do you deal with people that are closed-minded about being vegan? I don't deal with them. I like to believe that the best way to inspire people is just by being a really good example. And I have had friends and family go vegan. I've had a couple go vegan for life. Love you guys. Well, I mean, life so far. Never know where their life is going to take them, but I certainly don't expect them to turn back. And I've had family go vegan for phases. But yeah, I do think you can change people just by being a good example, and I speak about veganism on YouTube, but I don't really waste my time talking to people who are closed-minded about it, because I think actually when you bang on about it a lot, when they're closed-minded about it, that you could actually turn them off to it more. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I would never go vegan. Those vegans are so, they're on a high horse. Yeah, so I just don't deal with them. Do you support vegetarianism? Yes, I do. I know my husband has kind of a different point of view, which I totally understand. But I'll let him talk about that because I'm going to tag him to do this preview. But yeah, I support vegetarianism because to me, I support anything that helps save more animals. I support Meatless Mondays. Like, if people just want to eat meat and then give it up one day a week, like, that would still save so many animals' lives. I think the more open, friendly, I just think that when you're accepting and you give a lot of love out, that inspires more change and, like, invites people in. But at the same time, like, I support, like, hardcore vegans that are a lot nastier. I am on Team Freely and Harley, which I know a lot of people that are friends with me hate them. But I love them. I think what they're doing is great, and I think that having people out there that are very vocal, strong-minded, and come off harsh are also necessary. Because, you know what? They're changing the world. Whether or not people agree with it, I'm totally on their side. I love them. I love them. I just want to take a moment to say that who else in the movement besides Harley and Freely are so strongly, like, addressing eating disorders. I think it's a damn shame that there are so many leaders out there in the raw movement. I know Harley and Freely are no longer in the raw movement, but even in the world of veganism, that want to ignore the fact that a lot of people that are attracted to the raw foods movement, that are attracted to veganism, are people that are kind of hiding eating disorders. And they're just looking for more restrictive diets to use as an excuse to, shield people in their lives from realizing they have an eating disorder. And nobody wants to talk about that except Harley and Freely. So because of that, they will always get 100% of my support, because I have seen so many people. I've personally met so many people. I've been to 2 of the Woodstock Fruit Festivals and lots of meetups, and I've just come across so many people over the years, because I've been doing this now for nearly 9 years. And I've met so many people that have eating disorders. I'm sorry, and it is a damn shame that nobody else wants to talk about it besides them. So 100% of my respect and support. I don't care how mean people think they are. Do I agree with everything they do? Hell no. But do I agree everything? I don't agree with everything I do. I don't agree with everything that my husband does. I love him more than anything in the world. I still fight with him. So does that mean that, like, everything that they do I think is right? No, but I think they're great people. That was way off topic. What is your favorite vegan item? I know what my favorite vegan item is. I was just going to say I don't have a favorite vegan item. And this is a temporary favorite vegan item because this is not going to be my favorite vegan item for life. But will I ever have a favorite vegan item for life? Probably not. But currently, this is my favorite vegan item. It is a diaper bag by the company by Stroom, which is, I believe, a Danish brand. Hey, Bubba! He brought home a grumpy baby. But this is my favorite vegan item. Oh, give her to Mama. She's a little bit upset. AKA a lot upset. Oh. Oh, Daddy. What did you do to upset her? Are you okay, baby girl? Are you okay? Are you okay? Aww. So we're going to finish this with her, hopefully. What is your opinion of meat and dairy alternatives? I think they're great. That's it. I love them. What is your opinion on palm oil? You know, with palm oil, it is obviously horrible what's happening to the orangutans with displacement and, hi baby, how they're being treated to get the palm oil. But, you know, in the bigger scheme of things, I'm not saying that I don't care about the orangutans, but there are a lot. I mean, you can always bump up your veganism to another level. I mean, there's loads of things that, I don't care how good of a vegan you are, there's always things that you do or you can find that are not vegan in your lifestyle. If you drive a car, you've probably got rubber on your tires or whatever that is not vegan. So for me with palm oil, it's kind of like that thing, like I don't go out of my way to make sure things that I buy are palm oil free. I do buy things that have palm oil in them. Do I buy them that often? Not really, because our diet, for the most part, is like low in oil. Like we don't eat a lot of things that are high in fat. And you know, we don't buy things like soaps made of palm oil just because like we buy a lot of like really natural products. You're okay, baby. Oh, I love you so much. So, yeah, my opinion on palm oil, like, yes, it's horrible, but I think there are, I'm not saying not to focus on it. Oh God, this is so horrible, because like I think the people that do things to like help those orangutans, you know, that's really important. But for me, like, that's not the focus in my life. Question 11, do you feel judged by other vegans all the time? No. I'm sure they judge me, but do I worry about it or think about it? No. There's always, you know, like, as far as, like, being judged by other vegans, like, just people. Like, yes, other vegans are judgmental, but other people are judgmental. Human beings are judgmental. This is just water in this bottle, if anybody's wondering. Number 12, do you enjoy being vegan? Yeah, I love it. I feel like my life has gotten 1,000 times better since I've become a vegan. I wouldn't be where I am today if I wasn't a vegan. My husband is a vegan. I would not have met him if I was not a vegan. He is a sexy, sexy beast. Come here, Bubba. Show off your sexy, hairy man titties. Come on. Come on. Poke your face in and show off those hairy man titties. Sexy beast. And for anybody watching this, he's got the British accent. Say hi.
Hello.
That's not how he talks.
Hi.
That's better. Anyway, so who do I tag in this video? First person I tag, the sexy hubby.
Oh no.
And I tag him for his Running with Riley channel. Daddy's just got all sorts of channels these days, but
nothing going on.
he likes to, he's been running with Riley this past month quite a bit, and he started a channel called Running with Riley. He's a really good athlete. He's a natural athlete. So go check out his channel if you are interested in like just like tips on athleticism. Being an athlete is just easy for him. I mean, is he the best athlete in the world? No, but that's because there's always people who are better than you. But I mean, like, if I gave 110% for like 12 hours a day for the rest of my life, I couldn't even be half as good as he is at 20% effort. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just naturally very good. And this month he's participating in the Strava Everest Challenge, so that's what he's kind of started off on his channel with, where he's been posting every time he runs with Riley little clips and updates for the Everest Challenge on Strava, which is basically throughout the month it's running the elevation that would bring you from the base to the top of Mount Everest. And I think he's almost at the top already. And he always runs with Riley in a, he runs using the Bob Revolution Pro stroller. So he's running with a lot of extra weight to make it even harder. Oh, hi, baby. Oh, she's really upset.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will link him below. Second, I tag Emily from Persimmon Dancer. I said it that way because she is a very bubbly person, and whenever she starts her videos, she goes, "Hi, this is Emily." I love it. So I tag Emily. Her videos, she kind of has like a weight loss journey through following a plant-based diet, and we were pregnant at the same time, which is how I found her. And her son, Stevie, is, sorry, I'm like distracted now because my daughter is here and I'm always distracted, but her son Stevie is about a month older than Riley, so that is how like I kind of found her, because she was posting pregnancy vlogs, but now she's back to doing her weight loss vlogs. You know, she's working on it, and it's a work in progress, which is totally cool, but that's why I think it would be a cool tag, because for Emily, obviously, she found the plant-based lifestyle for completely different reasons. Well, I think so. I don't know. I don't know her story. I'd like to hear your story, Emily, so please do this tag. I would love it. And then lastly, I would love, I'm not sure if you're watching this, but I think you might watch this based on the name of the video. I would love, love, love Miri. I know you don't actually do YouTube videos of yourself, but I would love it if you did. So my friend Miri, she also had a baby just after I did, like just after. Her daughter Caitlin is almost the same age as Riley, like to the day. But she posts little clips of her kids. She's a mama of 3. And we've been friends kind of for a while on Instagram. And I would love to have more FaceTime of her, because she never posts pictures of her face. There's like maybe like a couple pictures on like her entire feed of Instagram history that have her face in it. And you only just hear little tiny clips of her voice. I would love a whole video of your voice and your face, Miri. I would love it. She's Scottish. She lives in Glasgow.
Glasgow.
Glasgow. Duncan says Glasgow. I'm being corrected. But, yeah, I would just love, love, love to, I mean, her accent, I love it. I love it. Like, she barely talks in the videos that she posts with the clips of her kids. She just, like, randomly would be like, Caitlin, Caitlin, Caitlin. I'd love a whole video of that sound that comes out of your mouth, Miri. Okay. So I'm going to tag you all down below. Thank you guys for watching. This has gotten really long. I'm so sorry. Thanks for making it to the end, because if you're still listening to me, clearly you made it to the end. Love you guys.